What is good, everybody? Today is October 1st, 2025, and today I took 2 trades, 1 win and 1 loss. So let's go over it. Going into the day, I was really bullish. Oh, let me show the P&L. Pretty much what's going on here is the first trade took me into maximum loss limit on the Alpha Futures evaluation that I bought. And then what happened on funded next, that $32 is because I tried to take a partial, but my contract amount was set to 20 instead of 1. So I think all of the fees for the contract pretty much wiped out all the profits that I made for the day, which really sucks. But if you see that 244 and that 240 number on the Alpha Futures accounts, those are the ones that are more reflective of what the P&L should be. The 480 is another eval, and the 98 is like a half-sized funded account that I have, because my funded futures only allows 5 mini or micros for their micro scaling plan. But so that account's moving kind of slow. But anyways, yeah, it kind of sucked about the partials for the on the next accounts. Like, yeah, we were up pretty much. We could have been up a lot more, almost reaching 1,000 on those accounts, which would have been really great. But it is what it is. I can't be emotional about it. There'll be plenty of opportunity in the future, right? All right, so going into the day here, right, I was super bullish because we had traded down into this hourly fair value gap, right? This looks like a London manipulation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, with London manipulating into the 1 hour, causing this to be a protected low, right? Causing this to be a protected low, and then we had inverted this huge hourly fair value gap, and also going into the morning, we were looking to invert this 4-hour fair value gap right here. So when we zoom in, it's obvious we inverted it. So that being said, right at open, we traded lower, created a liquidity sweep inside of this 15-minute fair value gap, right? And then we traded higher, displacing above these highs. We swept Asia, but I didn't think this was going to be the final target, right? I thought we could at least go up to here, and there was another 5-minute fair value gap right above it, right here, unfilled 5-minute. So I figured, okay, we'll probably reach to this high right over here, right? So what I was looking at was this, right? We traded up, we created a 5-minute, we tapped right into the 5-minute, 1-minute inversion out of it, and targeting, all that low resistance liquidity and that unfilled 5-minute, which is resting somewhere right around here. Probably extend my take profit to a 1-to-1. But that got stopped out pretty much immediately, and then we traded lower, created another SMT. Right, ES didn't take what? ES didn't take this low right here. So we have another SMT. And at this point, we already had inverted this 5-minute. So I was thinking, well, should I switch my bias? Are we going for shorts? But honestly, this daily profile was so obvious. And if you zoom out just on like the 5-minute, we're in an obvious buy model to prior day high. And this being a protected low is just like, I feel like this is so obvious to see that we're in a buy model, and this is like second distribution phase of the model, right? This will be first distribution, accumulation, and then second distribution. So I was super bullish to, these highs and prior day high, and just wanting to see all of this get ran through, which is why I did take this just 1 minute that may seem a little bit rushed, but I thought it was a good trade. Right, we had a failure swing at least. We weren't protecting we weren't targeting extremely high resistance. Especially seeing that right after this, I feel like there was a lot of low resistance right here, but we get stopped out on that, and then we trade lower, right? Create that SMT, and then we create a 5-minute inversion, and that's what I entered on. Right, my stops were at the body of this candle right here. Mainly because, this was 10 a.m. news. Actually, we traded into a 2-minute fair value gap, respected it, close above this down close candle, which just made me bullish, or continue to make me bullish, right? And although this is data lows, I don't think we need to trade to it or take it, because it manipulated into this 2-minute fair value gap, right? So we get a little bit of a 1-minute confirmation entry, and then we enter on the 5-minute close, right? And then this drawdown is what took out my alpha futures eval. But we respect this 2-minute fair value gap, right? We respect this order block. We respect this order block right here. We trade higher, right? And at this point I was saying, all right, like all these lows, these 3 lows, I just want to see price run through it. So after we waked up this one, I was like, if we don't get displacement soon, probably gonna clear that out of the trade. And then boom, displacement, pretty much straight up to this low-hanging fruit target right here. And that's when I try to take the partial. And then I accidentally sold 20 contracts going against my position. So I was putting shorts for a little bit. I had to try to close all of them. It was pretty hectic. But yes, that happened. And then I said, screw it, I'm just gonna close out of the trade. I think for all those alpha future ones, I think I closed somewhere right around like here. For Top Step, I wanted to hold for the full draw on liquidity, but we got edged right here. And I know this is setting up for, just for us to run it later. Because there's no way we don't take this. Like, I'm super confident we're gonna take it, but my risk management and my plan for myself, like, I don't want to start October off with a break even, like this big of a break even. I was like, I'm already up in profits. I might as well just take profits. I think I took profits when we inverted this 1 minute. I was like, all right, I'll get out if we invert the 1 minute. Pick the bottom a bit, but
connection lost.
But
Connection.
that's going on. But yeah, those were the 2 trades I took today. I think this was a valid loss. And this trade was pretty solid. I just wish I didn't have that fatal error of selling 20 contracts. I wanted to take one off of the position there. I just I don't know. I pretty much like lost 200 bucks, or 600 bucks times 3 because of that. But that's okay. It'll all be all right. And I wish the alpha futures eval didn't hit the daily loss limit. That was kind of annoying. Yeah, I might need to de-risk a little bit on that one. But those were the 2 trades I took. I think this was a lot more discretionary and a lot more of a swing trade. I usually don't like taking 5-minute inversions. I feel like the trades always just take super long. I mean, in this case, it did. It took like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, like 30 minutes, and it's still going to like almost an hour to hit the full TP. But yeah, overall really solid day. I feel like I'm really happy. Something that I'm really proud of myself is like, before, I think if I saw this, I would switch bias, like this 5-minute inversion. I'm like, okay, I'm looking for shorts. All right, let me see this 1 minute tap into. Let me try to take this 1 minute inversion out of it. You know what I mean? Like, try to look for shorts right here. But like, I trust my own analysis, and I trust my own conviction that, like, hey, daily profile is saying that we are looking for longs. Like, this is a very obvious manipulation and distribution towards a prior day high. So you are only going to look for longs, and unless something seriously changes, but nothing has really changed, right? And just trusting your own conviction. I mean, if you're wrong for one day, then the next day you're probably going to be right. So there's no reason not to trust yourself and trust what you're doing. Like, one mistakes in the market doesn't define you as a trader, and that's what I love about this so much. Like, you can make mistakes 2 days in a row, but come back and have a perfect read on the market, and you'll be right back to where you were. But anyways, that was the trade recap for the day, and I'll catch you guys next time.